Hey guys, this is James with Reviews and Tutorials, and I just wanted to do kind of a brief overview of the cryptocurrency market, why everything seemed to kind of crash down, and why it seems to be regaining and moving back up. So let's take a look here at CoinMarketCap. So right now the market cap is back up to 573 billion. So let's dive into Bitcoin here though. Everybody has seen this kind of huge this big drop here, and it's scared a lot of new investors as to why this is happening. And so I'm going to take a moment here to explain some reasoning as to why this is all going on and what's happening. So the first thing that I wanted to mention was I don't know if people remember JP Morgan a while back basically called Bitcoin a fraud. And when he did that, he then had the largest amount of Bitcoin purchases the next day. So if you look it up, you'll see that JP Morgan showed up as the person that bought the most coins that next day. So basically what he did was create some FUD, some issues, bring Bitcoin down to a lower amount so he could buy in and then in turn make more money. So again though, this guy, Mike Bell, who's a global market strategist for JP Morgan, has come out and said that I think there's a big risk for governments banning these currencies eventually. So this is big news, and this is one of the reasons why Bitcoin dropped down in price. Another big reason, and this is shown to be true over the last 3 years, is that Chinese New Year's is coming up here in February. So if you take a look, this is a report that was done in February of 2017, and it says Chinese consumers spent 462 billion yuan, which is their form of currency, 67.3 billion US dollars. So this year they're expecting around $100 billion to be spent for Chinese New Year. So a lot of people, obviously people, you understand that the majority or a lot of investors into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin are in China. And so they're pooling a lot of their money and liquidity and all of that, their stakes in Bitcoin, to afford all of this. I mean, and you'll notice that if you look back around Christmas time, you saw the same thing with some of the people in the U.S. pulling some of their shares out and using it to buy presents for their kids. So this is another reason as to why it's dropped. And then the third reason is there's two really large lending platforms that do basically like Bitcoin, where they're supposed to take your Bitcoin, and then what they're doing is supposedly investing it, and then you get like a 1% return daily. So the largest one of them though, BitConnect, has gotten some cease and desist orders along with USI, and this is a report on their website now, halt of lending and exchange platform. And if you look back on CoinMarketCap, BitConnect coin has dropped down to $36, and it was at like $300, $400. So I mean, a lot of people are saying that they exit scammed. These programs though, the lending platforms are really kind of referral based. I don't know if any of you were part of revenue shares or rev shares, but a lot of this, the new money that comes into the system, is based off of new referrals and new people coming into the system. Without that though, the funding definitely dries up, and then it's hard for them to pay out their users. So that's one of the reasons why programs like this just don't tend to last. So let's dive back into CoinMarketCap. I actually took some screenshots here. So this is the time period that we're kind of looking at. The time period I pulled from, this is in 2015 at the end of the year in November through January of 2016. Same kind of time period that we're at right now. And you could see for Bitcoin, The market down here had a nice little stretch up here. Late December, it came down a little bit, and then it had a pretty big significant drop right around where we had the drop here recently. So let's take a look at 2016-17. Bitcoin over here around late November, around late December, comes back up here, drops down a little bit, and then we had a fairly big drop off again here, and then it started to recover, right? And then what we're looking at currently, so around November 25th over here, comes up, nice big run toward the end of December, drops down a little bit, goes back up here, and then we have that large drop here, and now it's starting to recover, as you can see. So let's go into it here. And we'll put in a different date. Let's do 01. Yesterday was the 17th. So let's do that, and we'll do 2017. And what we'll do is through February 28th of 2017, just to show how the market had dropped down here, and then it started to slowly recover. It had a little drop here and then recovered back up here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're at now. Actually, we're gonna have to change this one first. Alright, so this is the market here, our drop off, and then it's starting to recover here. You'll see that there. Alright, so let's go back though. I mean, a lot of people have invested into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency here as of late. So let's go back all the way to November. If people are afraid of where the market cap is, how much your Bitcoin is worth, let's go all the way back to, let's say, November 1st. Okay, so November 1st of 2017. Okay, just to right now, where we are currently. So right now, where we had the significant drop, the lowest price was right around 9,800 and a market cap of 166 billion. Let's look at November 1st. So November 1st, which was just a couple months ago, the market cap was 106 billion and the price was $6,400. So shot up here, stayed the same a little bit, dropped down around with all this FUD kind of happening, started picking back up, and it's still higher than it was back then. So if you're really worried about Bitcoin dropping and thinking it's an all-time low, it's not. It's you may have purchased when it was up here, and that's okay. It'll consolidate up here once it starts to rise again, and hopefully turn back up around this area again. But I just wanted to show you guys where the market cap was right here for Bitcoin versus where it is currently. This is still 166 billion versus 107 billion. So this is still a fair increase. So I don't think there's a reason to be worried. I mean, if we go and look at all the cryptocurrencies right now over the last 24 hours, let's take a look here. There's a sea of red yesterday. You can't find anything in the red over the last 24 hours at all, really. Every single coin basically at the moment is in the green. Some very good prices the other day with Ripple dropping all the way down to, I think it was like 91 cents. I mean, still though, a lot of these fairly decent prices. Tron got all the way down to, it was like 3 or 4 cents, back up to 9 cents. Bitcoin all the way down to 9,000 something, 95, 9,600, and now back up to almost 12,000 here. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys kind of a little bit of insight as to what's happening in the market. Don't just panic. I mean, a lot of people, they take this too seriously, and literally, when the market's doing well, you can't get into like a state of euphoria, and when the market's seeming to be crashing, you can't just oh, I gotta rage sell, everything is gonna, there's a bubble and it's gonna pop. That's just not the case with cryptocurrency. It's not what you should do. Don't trade with your emotions. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Like this video, comment, subscribe, and I'll have some more videos here for you in the future. All right, thank you guys.